Welcome to my page. Welcome to my channel. Today we are looking at how to solve the quadratic equation. So there has been many challenges with learners, especially on the aspect of finding the factors. We know that before we start solving this kind of an equation, we first need to find three important things. These are the product, the sum, and the factors. So the product is the answer we get after multiplying the coefficient of x squared and the constant. So the coefficient of x squared is actually the number in front of x squared, which is 2. The coefficient of x is actually a 1, since there is nothing there. So the coefficient is 1, and the constant is our -6. So we said the product is the multiplication of the coefficient of x squared, which is 2, times the constant, which is -6. So 2 times -6 is equal to -12. The sum is the coefficient of x. So the coefficient of x, as we said, is a +1. Then the last thing to find are the factors. So the factors are actually two numbers that when we multiply, they will give us -12, and when we add them, they will give us 1. So it is quite challenging with many learners. They do not know how best they can find these factors, because using the method of figuring out which numbers you can pick as factors is quite challenging. So in this video, I want to teach you a pretty easy method that you can use to find the factors. Okay, so to find the factors, you consider the product, and the product that we found is -12. So when finding the factors, consider this product. So we're going to ignore the negative in the meantime. So -12. So we're saying, what are the factors of 12? Remember, the factors are those numbers that can go into 12 without leaving any remainder. So we list all the factors of 12. So the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 itself. Okay. So after listing these, of course, in numerical order, from the smallest number to the biggest. Okay. So what we are going to do is to pick two numbers from these. The way we pick is the first one goes with the last one, the second one goes with the second last, and the third one will go with the third last. So let me just use some colors here. So when picking the first one, I'm using red. So red goes with the red there, and then this one will go with the yellow. Then the last one will use blue. Okay. So the yellow with the yellow, the blue with the blue, the red with the red. So we know that when you multiply these pairs, automatically the answer we get is 12. 12 times 1 is 12. 6 times 2 is 12. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay? So to get a -12, we have to make one of these a negative. If we pick 1 and 2, 1 or 12 should be negative. If we pick 2 and 6, one of them should be negative. 3 and 4, one of them should be negative. Now, we should also consider adding them to get a 1, which is our sum, this sum here. So quite alright when we multiply all of these pairs, red times red, which is 1 times 12 is 12. But 12 plus 1 cannot give us 1. Neither can it give us 1 when we make 1 be negative or 12 be negative. Still can get 11 or negative 11. So 1 and 2 fails. Let's try 6. When we add 6 and 2, we get 8. If we make 2 negative, we get 4, which is not 1. If we make 6 negative, we get negative 4. So this and this fails. Automatically, we are remaining with 2. So there is no option here. When we add with the negative 3, we add negative 3 plus 4, we get positive 1. So we have 3 and 4. So when we choose the 2, when you choose the 2, you have to look at the signs, which one will be negative and which one will be positive, based on the sum that you have. So if you make a bigger number a negative, the result is negative. You make a smaller number a negative, the result is positive. So in our case, negative will go to 3. So the factors are negative 3 and 4. Pretty easy. So after this, everyone can continue to just fill in the quadratic equation. We know what to do. So where there is a sum, that is x, you replace that x with the two factors. Of course, that means when you say negative 3x plus 4x, you still get that x. So let us replace x with negative 3 and 4. So we have 2x squared. We replace x with minus 3x and plus 4. Then we continue with minus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, so where are we now? We have 4 tens. That means we can now factorize by grouping this, this, and this with that. Okay. So what is common? What is the common factor between 2x squared and 3x? You know that x is common there. Then x into 2x squared will remain with 2x. Minus x into 3x will remain with 3. What is common here? 4x and 6. It's a plus 2. 2 into 4x is 2x. 2 into minus 6 is minus 3 is equal to 0. So there, the job is done. You just pick what is outside the brackets with their signs. So we have x and a plus 2. You put them together and pick any of these inside the brackets. If they are the same, you pick 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So then we have x plus 2 is equal to 0. And we have also, so we have two answers. So we have x plus 2 is equal to 0, or 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Then we just solve these simple linear equations. X therefore would be minus 2 when 2 crosses the equal sign, or 2x will be equal to positive 3 when it crosses the equal sign. So just divide by 2 to remain with x. There we are, we have these solutions. X is equal to minus 2, or x is equal to plus 3 over 2. So those are the two solutions. quadratic equation. Hope you have gotten me right on how to find the factors. So we are going to do the last example where we are solving for 3x squared plus 13x minus 10 is equal to 0. So let's try that one. Erase all these. Start afresh. So you are free to pause the video and try the second one. Okay, let's get started. So the first step is to find the product, the sum, and factors. Okay, so we know the product is the coefficient of x squared times the constant. The coefficient of x squared is 3. The constant is negative 10. So negative 10 times 3 is negative 30. And then the sum is the coefficient of x, which is 13. Factors. So let's use our method. We see what will happen. So we are saying we list all the factors of 30. So we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30 itself. Okay. So as I said, we pick two numbers, the first one and the last one. Same process. This goes with that. This goes with this. And finally, this with that. Okay, here we are. So we are picking 1 and 30. Remember, we should get 13, positive 13 when we add. You know that all of these can give us 30 when we multiply them. 1 times 30 is 30. We put any of these negatives, still negative 30. Okay, so we know that 1 and 30 can never give us 13. So disqualified. 2 and 15 can give us 17 when we add. When we put a negative to 2, it will be positive 13. So we have what to use. Let us try 3 and 10. When we add them, they'll give us 13, but when we multiply, they will not give us negative 13 because it should be negative 13. So disqualified. Then we know that no matter what we do to 5 and 6, we can't get 13 after adding. Okay, so we have 2 and 15 as factors. Now, 2 and 15, which one should be negative? We know that when we put a negative to a smaller number, we get a positive result. We put a negative to the bigger number, we get a negative result. So therefore, since our 13 is positive, 2 will be negative and 15 will be positive. There we have it. Then we can do the replacement where the 13 we put minus 2 and plus 13. So we have 3x squared minus 2x plus 15x. Then minus 10 is equal to 0. By grouping, we factorize. We go on like that. So we find that x is common here, we remain with 3x minus 2 remains there. We're dividing x into 2. There, our factor, highest common one is 5. Let's say plus 5 here. Then we remain with 3x. Then we divide it into 15x. And 5 into 10 is 2. So observe that always inside the brackets we should have the same expression. Okay. So if you get something different, then you just have to restart You have made a mistake somewhere. Okay, so we pick these that are outside the brackets. So we got x and 5. Then the one inside is equals to 0. Mind you, when you are taught to factorize, when you just reach this stage, when you are down this stage here, that is factorization. Now, since we are solving, we move a step further and find the value of x. Okay, so what will be the value of x? We equate each term, or may I say each function, we equate it to 0. X plus 5 is equal to 0, or 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, we have x being minus 5, or 3x or 3x is equal to plus 2 there. When we divide by 3 both sides, the remaining of x, the final answer will be x is equal to minus 5, or x is equal to 2 out of 3. So there we are. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos, and please share with your friends, those that are having the same challenges that you used to have before you were introduced